Congratulations on purchasing your new Truckman Grand Hardtop. This video will show you a Truckman Grand being fitted by a Truckman fitter. We recommend that fitting a luxury hardtop should be completed by someone competent in auto electrics. First, check that your bed liner is under rail. If you have an over-rail liner, we recommend that you either swap it for an under-rail liner or modify your existing liner to avoid uneven surfaces and potential leaking. Remove the packaging and check your hardtop over carefully. Locate the fitting kit. Your fitting kit will include the wiring harness kit, 6 clamp blocks, a neoprene strip, a roll of protective tape, the spare hardtop keys, cable ties and wire connectors. In order to fit your Truckman Grand, you will need 17mm and 10mm spanners or sockets, a torque wrench, a drill driver, a circuit tester or multimeter, silicone sealant, water spray and a squeegee, and pliers or wire cutters. Next, temporarily open the hardtop windows and remove the protective wrapping. Then, thoroughly vacuum the lining of the hardtop and clean the vehicle's rear window. Fill any gaps between the front and side rails with a silicone sealant. Apply the self-adhesive neoprene strip to the bulkhead rail to ensure an even surface. Disconnect the battery. Remove the rear side right light cluster, disconnect it and set the unit aside. Unwrap the wiring harness and pass the end with the 2 connectors through the small gap under the side rail at the rear. Draw the harness through the light recess and leave about 10 cm of cable inside the load bed. Pass the wires under the wheel arch. Feed the harness down the chassis following the vehicle's wiring loom. Run the harness along the chassis rail and attach using the large cable ties. Then, fasten the harness along the Navara's wiring loom on the side of the chassis rail with the small cable ties. Remove the driver's door sill cover and side kick panel. Peel back the carpet and soundproofing to locate the grommet to the right of the accelerator pedal. Make a small hole in the grommet and then replace it. At this point, you need to pass the leg of the harness containing the green, yellow, grey, brown and blue wires through the hole in the grommet into the driver's footwell. A tip for doing this more easily is to use a length of wire or a long cable tie as a draw cord. Pass this draw cord through the hole and attach it to the hardtop's harness using tape. Gently pull the draw cord through into the footwell and then discard it. At this point, you need to connect the hardtop's coloured wires to the vehicle's wires. Either solder the wires together or use the connectors provided. Open the white plastic cover and expose the wires. For the remote central unlocking, locate the vehicle's thick pink wire and connect it to the hardtop's grey wire. For the heated rear screen, locate the vehicle's thick green wire and connect it to the hardtop's green wire. For the door switch, locate the vehicle's thin green wire and connect it to the hardtop's brown wire. For the hardtop's high-level brake light, find the vehicle's white wire and connect it to the Truckman's blue wire. Cut the white wire to disconnect the vehicle's third brake light. Fold and insulate the end of the wire with tape. Replace the kick panel, carpet and door sill. Feed the remaining harness behind the wheel arch liner into the engine bay following the vehicle's wiring loom. Ensure that you avoid the steering column. Follow the vehicle's wiring loom across the rear of the engine bay and attach to the hardtop's harness using cable ties. Now connect the joining parts of the harness and cable tie to the vehicle's wiring loom. Connect the negative black wire to the body earth point. Connect the red wire to the positive battery terminal. Replace the rear light and thoroughly clean the rear edge of the vehicle's tailgate. Then spray it with water. Unroll the protective tape and peel away a little of the backing paper. Carefully apply the tape where the door seal touches. Use a squeegee to remove any bubbles. Lift the hardtop onto the vehicle. This is heavy lifting, so we recommend 4 people assisting with the lifting of the top. Ensure a good gap between the hardtop and the vehicle cab. Check the hardtop is central on the vehicle bed and that it lines up correctly. The rubber seal on the bottom of the door should just be in contact with the tailgate spoiler. Find the gaps in the rubber trim and assemble the clamps loosely in position on the side rails. Tighten the clamps to 8 Nm. Start with the rear clamps, then the front clamps, and finally tighten the centre clamps. Any gaps between the hardtop and the vehicle bed will close. Connect the hardtop loom and the hardtop harness together and reconnect the vehicle's battery. Finally, check that the electrics are working correctly. Check the hardtop's brake light and automatic interior light. Switch on your vehicle's heated rear screen and check that there is positive 12 volts across the element on the hardtop door. Close all of the doors and check that the canopy locks and unlocks with the vehicle's remote. This completes your installation of the Truckman Grand Luxury Hardtop. Again, we recommend that the auto electrics are only carried out by those competent in this field. Please read the supplied fitting instructions carefully. If you have any questions regarding the fitting of this item, please call 01384 485 405 or email fitting@autostylinguk.co.uk.